The equator, Goldilocks, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. What are we talking about? Things that are in the middle, just like Malcolm and this top 5 list of affordable, medium-sized, LGBTQ-friendly cities. A medium-sized city is a city that has a population between 250,000 and 1 million per the U.S. Census in 2023, and that includes the whole metro population. Now, we're starting to get down into some smaller locations here, so how many of these are affordable and how many of them are LGBTQ friendly? Well, let's find out.
All right, coming in at number 5 on our list here is Davenport, Iowa. It has the lowest rents on this particular list of 5, coming in at $862 per month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. It has the lowest median incomes as well at $47,000 a year. Before you go hating on us, Travel.com listed it, said it was ranked number 9th queerest city in the U.S. per LGBT magazine in 2015. So take it up with them.
Yeah, that was gaytravel.com that listed them as the 9th queerest
city. Right. Yeah, it is Gay Travel. And then, of course, it scored the runner-up position when we did Iowa for Queer Money episode number 455. Actually, that was in 2023, which is crazy.
Yeah. Coming at number 4 is Akron, Ohio. Now, Akron, Ohio does have the highest home values on this list, coming in at $193,000 for your typical home. But the cost of living there is low, coming in at 87.5%. That is actually the highest cost of living on this list.
Which is nuts.
It's way below the national average. So all of the cities that we're going to talk about after this are places where the cost of living is less than 87.5% of the national average. It does have the highest incomes on this list, coming in at $70,000. That's for average incomes. It is the 8th best city for LGBTQ plus singles, and it was the runner-up when we did the state of Ohio back on episode 413. In 2009, Akron elected 2 openly gay politicians to local offices.
That's pretty badass.
Great job, Akron.
Exactly. So you're listening to, obviously, or watching Queer Money episode number 507. We're continuing to share our most affordable LGBTQ plus friendly cities all across the country in all different shapes, sizes, and colors. Today, we're sharing the top 5 most affordable LGBTQ plus friendly medium-sized cities, or cities with a population between 250,000 to 1 million, as reported per the U.S. Census in 2013. Last week, we covered the top 5 most affordable LGBTQ plus friendly large cities. So those of you who like things large and in charge, click right here if you'd like to watch that on YouTube, or click the link in your podcast player if you're listening on your podcast player. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A., member FDIC.
All right, coming in at number 3 is Syracuse, New York. Now, Syracuse does have the highest rents on this list of top 5, coming in at $1,338 a month for your typical 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It also, though, has the highest median income, which is great, coming in at $55,000. It was number 5 for the most affordable cities in blue states. And get this, it is the father of Dorothy from Kansas, otherwise known as the author of The Wizard of Oz, L. Frank Baum, who lived there and was married in Syracuse. Syracuse is considered a super green city and has received top rankings for its environmentally friendly practices in publications like the National Geographic and Popular Science.
If you're the inventor of Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, it just has to be gay, right?
Right. I think you're an honorary gay in that case.
What I could find, it didn't say who he married.
Yeah.
I mean, probably could easily find that, but I didn't do that kind of research. Anyway, coming in at number 2, another showing for Ohio is Dayton. Dayton has the lowest home values on this particular list of 5 cities that we're looking at, coming in at $106,000 for your average home in Dayton. Has the lowest average income at $66,000 per year. Again, before you go hating, there are currently 6 queer bars in Dayton, Ohio, which is crazy because I don't think there are 6 queer bars here.
There aren't, and I was actually surprised to see that the metro population area of Dayton is actually over 800,000 people.
Wow!
So it's not only a decent sized city, but the whole metro area is around 800,000.
It's also centrally located. If you want to be able to break out and visit other cities, it's actually about an hour drive away from both Columbus and Cincinnati. Columbus is a great place for LGBTQ plus people to go. Great college town, a lot of things to do there. Cincinnati is also nice. And then,
I was just going to say, and Columbus has a great food scene. So this is,
yeah,
Columbus and Cincinnati would be easy day trips from Dayton if you live there.
exactly. And then it's also less than 2 hours away from Indianapolis. You might be like, guys, why are you even talking about Indianapolis? Because Izzy's is there, and they have the best martinis ever. And then, of course, Dayton scored the number 4 position. Had we gone all the way to number 4 on episode 413 when we covered the state of Ohio.
Worth noting, on this list of medium-sized cities, there were 134 that we looked at. 29 of those scored a 100 out of 100 on HRC's Municipal Equality Index. That is the one of the tools that we use to determine whether or not a city is LGBTQ friendly, because of the policies and the benefits that the city has that are specifically targeted at the LGBT community. And every single one of these cities in this top 5 did score a 100. 81 cities have a cost of living that's below the national average. And 75, or about 56% of the cities on this list came from red or purple states.
Exactly. So I think the thing that people need to start doing is we get a lot of pushback. Like, I can't even believe that you're talking about some of these states or cities because they're red or they're not actually truly purple. But I think if we know that LGBTQ plus people live there. So if you're looking for financial security, coupled with a little bit of inclusion, and you can balance that out for yourself, there might be great geo arbitrage opportunity for people here who, especially if you're able to get a job that's based out of New York or California somewhere, and then have that kind of income in some of these smaller cities, you can really create a nice little nest egg for yourself.
Yeah.
Of course, we have some honorable mentions for you. This week's honorable mentions include first, Madison, Wisconsin. It came out at number 16. It has moderate cost of living and higher incomes, which we like. It also, we're sharing Worcester, Massachusetts. I love saying that because it looks nothing like it, the way it's spelled. Comes in at number 20. It has higher incomes than a lot of the cities on this list, and the cost of living is just slightly above the national average. So that's pretty cool. And then Albuquerque, New Mexico comes in number 21. Everything about Albuquerque kind of comes in right at the middle, right? It's the middle of the road. So scoring pretty high for that middle of the road data. Cost of living is just below the national average, and it ranked number 20 on our list of best cities that are affordable and LGBTQ plus friendly for singles. Remember to smash that like and share button and let other queer folks know about this list and the show.
The mission of Queer Money is to financially empower the LGBTQ plus community. Join us in thanking Capital One for supporting that mission.
One of the things I do like about all our honorable mentions is every single one of those comes from what would be considered a blue state, especially when you think about Massachusetts and New Mexico. But coming in at number 1 is Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Cedar Rapids did have the lowest cost of living on our list of top 5 here, coming in at 81.8% of the national average. Everything else is just better than average when you look at the various factors that we're looking at. It has better than average median and average incomes. It has lower than average rents and home values. It also was the number 4 most affordable city for LGBTQ singles when we looked at that. And Cedar Rapids held its first gay pride all the way back in 1995.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nice. Yeah, and it was the winner for the state of Iowa when we looked at Iowa on episode 455.
So maybe Cedar Rapids is something for folks to think about. So what are your thoughts? Share your thoughts and comments on YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, wherever you'd like to chat with us. See all 134 cities that we analyzed for this particular episode by going to queermoneypodcast.com/cities, or click the link right here if you're watching on YouTube, or click the link in your podcast player. And we'll be right back after this short message.
Capital One Auto Navigator does more than just auto financing. We're here to help you find a car you love, too. Shop millions of cars from thousands of dealers nationwide. Research your favorite makes and models. Explore dealers near you and more. All on Auto Navigator.
Join us next Tuesday when we talk with creator extraordinaire Gabe Dunn about the economics of making a queer movie, and next Tuesday for coverage of the most affordable LGBTQ-friendly small cities. These are cities with a population between 50,000 and 250,000.
Again, if you'd like to see the data for this growing series, it's getting larger and larger, go to queermoneypodcast.com/cities, or click the link in your podcast player if you happen to be listening, or click the link right here if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you and have an amazing weekend.
Bye.